Joyous time zones. My Sakonauts. I'm Sako Tumi, also known as the Witch of Tylwyth Teg, and today we are continuing to talk about Sigils in Condensed Chaos by Phil Hine. All right. I'm not doing the grounding ritual right now. There's too much happening at my house currently. I got my fresh shave, which I am ecstatic about. Oh my goodness. All right, so I don't think my coffee is cool enough to drink yet. My husband is making me a breakfast sandwich. I still have makeup on my face from yesterday. I thought I got it all, but apparently I did not. Apparently I did not. So, gonna shuffle these cards. I guess I should share this post in my server. Maybe that's a thing I should do. View on YouTube. Share. Server. Spellcraft and sigil work. I don't know if you guys can hear my husband in the kitchen. Maybe I should put my headset on. Which it'll refer to my mic and there's noise canceling in the mic. Can't really hear him. Okay, great. Well, especially now that I've plugged in, right? Good morning, Christina. Good morning, Katerina. I'm so glad to see you guys this morning. Everything feels rushed now. I was like sitting and spinning 2 hours ago, and now I'm like, all the things are happening. How are you guys doing this morning? I think today might be another self-care day. Part of me wants to spend the day writing on projects that I've been neglecting since there are so many like streams today on Devin's playlist. Mostly starting at 11. Or I think a couple people started at 9. But Savvy and RK are at 9. So, but I didn't see that they didn't do their meeting today, I don't think. They didn't do their meeting today. I hope things are chill for a bit so you can get your bearings straight. I know, right? Maybe I should do the grounding ritual just to like chill myself the fuck out. But with the stuff playing in the kitchen, I don't know. Woo! Okay, I think I have shuffled this extensively. Princess of Cups reversed, which is what we did yesterday. You know what? I'm not going to do that. The Fool. The Fool. I'm good. made a good breakfast and I'm resting my back. I'm not sure if it's sciatica or if I just pinched a nerve in my lower back. All I know is my lower back hurts all the way down to my left knee. Ooh. So I'm taking it easy on myself. I'm glad you're taking it easy on yourself. I'm sorry that your back is giving you issues. Okay. Yeah, super ouch. I agree. The Fool. How exciting. The Fool is a card of pure spontaneous energy, filled with curiosity and enthusiasm for the next adventure. You're ready to step forward into a new journey where the sky's the limit. You have boundless potential where you can pour your exuberance into fresh creative endeavors. Living in the moment, you're learning to let go of expectations and to go with the flow. You are ready to venture into unknown territories and pioneer your free spirit into this new phase of your life. With a carefree attitude, this is the time to really discover yourself in new ways and explore your options. Trust your gut, listen to your heart, and believe in yourself. Once you let go, the universe will support you on this exciting beginning of your journey. You only live once. You only live once. You only live once. Maybe I can drink my coffee? I don't know why they always assume that you're left-handed. I slept on the couch one time when Charlie was at the range and now I'm broken. Oh no! They say after 25 you die a little every day. This is me dying a little. Oh no. Yoga, maybe? Gentle stretches. Yeah. Healing hugs from Sako Tumi. Raven is here. I have already tried to do too much today and my head hurts. Good morning. Chill out. This is a chill out day. I know I need to chill out. I need to take my own medicine. All right. All right. I think I'll start from recording results. So yesterday we talked about how to foolproof your sigils, your intent. Ooh, yeah, that's a good idea. Hot mineral salt bath. Yeah. Hi, doll. And I think today I'm going to talk about sigil construction. If you guys are interested in that, of course. You have to rest too. Yeah. I understand that. All right. Yes. In a world of righties, I think the Southpaws like that at least something is assumed to be left-handed instead of order specialty, especially for it. Mr. Poe is left-handed and I hear it all the time. My mom is left-handed, so I grew up using left-handed scissors, and now right-handed scissors don't feel right. like the point of tension. There's no point of tension, and I need the point of tension. I've been Skyrim jobbing, gross, most of the morning and decided I needed to get some shit done, so I unpacked my 4.5 months worth of candles and dishes and put my laundry from yesterday away. That is a lot of stuff to do before 10 in the morning. That is nuts. Oh, Doll is left-handed. I didn't know that. That's awesome. They tried to cure my mom comes from a generation where they actually tried to cure you of being left-handed in school. Like they'd smack your hands with a ruler every time you used your left hand, and it gave my mom a speech impediment instead of made her right-handed. She is super not right-handed. I can eventually learn how to write with my left hand. It doesn't like fuck with my psyche or anything like that. You know what? Yeah, I'm going to talk about sigil construction first. I think I still have my presentation on here. Yeah, I'll get to it. Do I still have my presentation on here? Oh, those were my sigils. Hold on. Hedge writing checklist.
Sandwich.
Okay, I'm coming. I'll be right back. Sorry.
We expect it's working.
Yes?
We got it. So, I mean, he's a couple doors down, but the orchid truck is backing in. But there's another orchid building.
Yeah, the working guy came, yesterday, day before.
Okay, so it shouldn't be that.
It seemed, he didn't, like, do any spraying or anything like that when he came to They're warning people about, spring coming.
Here we go.
Okay, so I'm gonna be chatty while I eat my breakfast. We're gonna not talk about sigils for a hot minute. I wasn't forced to use my right hand, so I write with my left. But I play guitar as if I'm right-handed. I gotcha. Fresh bottle of mead, and a jar of honey. Should not have tried to do so much today, but yesterday was such a wash. Oh, I follow. Cheese. A lot of people came out with PTSD of some sort, not right-handedness. Exactly. I wasn't ambidextrous, but now only with the ukulele. Yeah, right-handed people really get the short end of the stick sometimes. I hope that the scissors that I got for Spence were actually left-handed. I hope that's the thing. I hope you guys don't mind that I'm eating my breakfast. Okay, so I'm gonna do the sigil workout work thing seminar, but now I'm hungry too. Yeah. I think there are more left-handed people in the world than they lead on. Hello, hello.
Huh?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm. Hello, Fairy Law. Leftover pizza in the oven. Also, I'm low-key reminding you all that you need to eat. Yes, absolutely. You should have been left-handed? How do you mean? Were you trained not to be left-handed? Is that how that worked? How did we get on this topic? Tell me more, Fairy Law. You're a saint. Thank you for making this for me.
You're welcome.
I didn't realize how hungry I was.
Scared him.
Scared me too. I pick everything up left-handed or backwards, but I lived in bumfuck Egypt and teachers didn't like that.
No.
Teachers, so you were also trained out of it, I guess. All right. Let me bring up my, come on, air server. Waiting on computer time. So, most of you were here. Oh no. Something about Mr. Spence being a lefty? Oh. Mr. Poe. Mr. Poe. The lefty reform is a fascinating and terrible subject to read on, and a lot of people came out of it with PSTD.
Why you didn't?
Muscle memory makes it almost impossible to reteach myself. I know what you mean.
That got your attention.
Skitter. Share screen.
Not the carpet.
It's so close, too. Apparently, I still have my presentation. Okay, so the things we're going to cover today are how to draw a sigil. You know, like generally, like yesterday we talked about how to make it foolproof, right? Today we're going to talk about how to actually do it. Then we'll talk about how to charge it. Then we'll talk about how to activate it. And then we'll talk about like alternate uses other than just firing it, you know, with fire. And miscellaneous places you can put them if they are long term. So how to create a sigil. Here, let me turn off this overlay. There we go. Oh, Bonnie's a lefty too. I swear, like half the people I know are lefties. So first you set your intention. Again, I say, look at yesterday's video regarding setting your intention. It's kind of like making a wish to a djinn, like Raven said yesterday, where it's a little monkey's paw-ish. The universe is very interesting. It has a slappy sense of humor, a very dark sense of humor. And that is something that I am working with at the moment. It's pretty crazy. So you write your intention, you drop the vowels, and any doubles, so you should only have one instance of each letter. Consider other languages. There are alphabets, magical alphabets, which are Theban, which I need to look at my other grimoire, but one is for writing on your stuff, which I think is Theban, Celestial, and then Enoch. I gotta look at my thing. I do. How to create sigils. Oh, I didn't write it in here. How about languages? Theban is used to inscribe tools and jewels. Celestial is for ceremonial magic. And Enochian is for shits and giggles, apparently. And then Ogum is for staves and stones. Yeah, I do have Ogum in there. Also, you want to consider other fonts. The ones that I tend to pick are black letter or witchy in some way. Hold on. So there are two ways to set your intention. One is to say that you presently have it, and one is to say, this my will, I will have delicious coffee. So let's do another thingy. So what should be our intention? Maybe this, my will that, oops. I am productive today. I would like to be productive today in some manner, shape, or form. Okay? So first we pull out all of the consonants. Sometimes Y, right? So I'll include Y for this instance. No doubles. So we already have TH. Let's do an M. P, R, D, C, V. And that does that. Okay, so. I need another sip of coffee. So I make a border around my sigils. You don't necessarily have to, but I feel like it kind of makes it complete for me and kind of gives me a canvas on which to work on. So I'm going to make a giant T, and then an H, and then an M, and then Y, W, right? I think so. Yeah. L, M, P, and you can be creative with your representations of certain letters. You can parse them apart entirely if you want. The key is to use parts of the intention to come up with your sigil. However you do that is totally up to you. Ignore her now, please. Yeah, I'm like, it's working fine. I don't know why you're saying you're locked up and stuff. All right, I need an R. I need a D. Look, it's a little happy. A C, a V, so I can make this however I want. Kind of feel like putting a thing there. Meow. Meow. Oh my God, Babu. What is your deal? So that is my construction, right? Now you'll notice I used all kinds of fonts. I kind of like tore apart some of the letters to kind of come up with the shapes and lines that I made. And then I experimented a little bit. Now, when I'm drawing sigils, usually I overthought it a little bit today just so I could explain my process. There are different ways to charge it. Those are certain ways that you can do it, sure. Activate. So food dish has one nibble out of it and now all the food is gross. This is red alert kitty situation apparently. Yeah, apparently so. She doesn't want to come to the blanket fort because Nobu is standing guard. He is my temple cat at the moment. I don't know what I was saying here. What was I saying about stonework? don't know. So there are two ways to. There are two states of mind in which to reach gnosis. One is to kind of put your intention into your hands while you're casually doodling during like a boring talk or something like that. There's this vacuity, that this distance that you get, you know, when you doodle during a boring talk. That state of mind is perfect. It's very powerful. And then there's also high emotion. So there is this. I could go on for hours about this topic, about gnosis in general, but you can that moment, like if you hold your breath, if you suffocate yourself, there's this moment where you think you can't hold your breath anymore, and then you let go, and that first breath that you take when you've been holding your breath for way too long is also that state of mind. An orgasm is that state of mind. So those are perfect times to charge your sigils. I like the vacuity situation a lot more. Every once in a while I'll do the orgasm thing or the high emotion thing. If you're super mad about something, you can use that energy to charge your work. If you're super depressed, you can use that to charge your work. Especially if it's particularly strong that day, take advantage of it. Provided you don't, go to drastic means otherwise. Now, how to activate it. There are two ways. There is via active or via passive. So activation is destruction. So usually it's done by fire. That's traditionally it is done. Destruction is done by fire. You can do it by water. You can do it by smoke. You can do it by air. You can bury it. You can do it by earth, because it is biodegradable if you use paper. Or you can make it permanent. So passive is like a permanent sort of thing. You can draw them on your skin with body paint or Sharpie or whatever. You can carve it into a medallion or a staff or whatever. Or you can literally fire it off by drawing. That's when you are super inspired. You can actually draw it on whatever you want. It doesn't matter, as long as it's useful. Alternative uses, especially for passive things. Shoes, you can put it on the bottom. I have a friend who puts them on the bottom of her feet, and then as the day goes on, it starts to wear off, and as it's wearing off, it is activating. And you can put them on the bottom of your shoes, which I intend to do. I just need the right materials to do so. Tagging. Oh my God, meow. Meow. My goodness. What is your deal? Yeah? What is it? I don't know what you want. You can make a key ring. You can put it on a water bottle, and then all the water inside said bottle is imbued with your intention, which is wonderful. You can put it on the back of a watch, so you never see it, so you don't know if you don't think about it, and that's kind of the point. You don't think about it, and the sigil loses meaning. So it's that losing, that forgetting part that needs to happen. I like doing it on cosmetics as a glamour. Like, this my will to be super hot. And I have such sigils on my black lipstick, on my lotions, on my bathing supplies, like my body wash and my shampoo and stuff like that. Another way you can do it is you can imbue stickers. Like, take a bunch of stickers and stick them on your, don't stick them on, I mean, put them on your altar to charge, basically, to imbue. And then you can take those stickers and slap them on whatever you want, and that thing becomes imbued. Super fun. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, and that's the end of that. Okay. So, there are various ways to, I actually want to show off Doll's wallpaper. That's another wonderful way to, actually, no, I have already canceled it. I made a wallpaper with, I think the intention had something to do with my art being like prolific. And oh my God, my cats. Cats are going nuts. So what do you guys think? Oh, right. I was going to show off. Now I have to find it. I don't know where it is. Yeah, I don't know where it is. Doll, if you can be watching it a few times. Okay. That's great. Again, you can, like, you used Futhark as your alphabet, as your basis for your intention, which is great. Like, that's excellent. If the runes have the intention already in them, like, it's almost like silly not to do it. Right? So first you make your intention foolproof. I think my only other actual exposure to this kind of craft was the Dresden Files show, where Harry taught a child to use the sigil for protection, only to find someone had already carved it above his bedroom door. Yeah. I kind of missed that show. I'm not going to lie. kind of missed that show. So we I'm going to say this one more time. We make our intention foolproof. We parse apart the intention. Good show. Did Murphy wrong? Yeah, I agree. Then draw your sigil. I charge it as I go. Like I can go into Gnosis like really easily, so I charge it as I go. Or you can do it by sensory deprivation, or you can do it by near-death experience. So like that first breath after suffocation, or the height of orgasm, or being on a roller coaster and you go down that first hill, or I mean, you get the idea. There's, you get that rush at the bottom of your lungs. That lack of oxygen puts your head in a space that is great for it. I tend to stick with using Futhark and Ogham because I feel more involved. The more involved I get, the more gaps I feel like I live in the structure of my intent. Sure. Yeah, you can get pretty damn specific with Ogham and Futhark. Absolutely. I carve one of each on each of the candles I burn each day. Nice. That's pretty witchy, I have to admit. So you fire off your sigil, right? Then you forget it. You wait for you wait for results, basically, and then you record said results. If you are embarking upon a series of experiments with sigils, it can be useful to record the sigil experiment in such a way that it does not immediately bring to mind the original desire associated with the sigil. After writing up the details of your experiment, tape into your diary a scrap of paper with the sigil drawn on one side and the original statement of intent penciled onto the other. So I do have like a collection of sigils. I have pages and pages, a whole section of various sigils in the style of this one dude on the interweb who takes requests. That's why I made sigils and put them on my phone. Yep. I see them sometimes when I'm switching apps, but I'm not thinking about it all the time, about the meaning. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Experiment with approaches. In the past, I have prepared a dozen sigils at once, then filed them and deliberately lost them. Coming across them weeks later, I have totally forgotten the original desires and choose one at random to empower. I find repeatedly doodling a sigil when most of my attention is elsewhere can be effective. The best time I find to perform sigil magic is when I'm really busy and have lots to think about, so that I don't get into the trap of thinking about the desire for effect. Sigils can also be incorporated into photographs, cassette recordings, video, or drawings. Tattoos, earrings, wall hangings, and clothings, also all possible. Linked sigils. What I call a rite, or what I call a ritual. I am drowning in wires. This is a simple application of sigil magic technique that you can try. Firstly, prepare 2 sigils, one for some desire you wish to enchant for, and the other for something along the lines of, I will see a woman with long red hair carrying a small dog. Unless you are a particularly refined fetishist, this is something that should be fairly easy to forget. Now, fire the second sigil first. Prepare your other sigil and carry it around with you, preferably on a small piece of paper. It might well happen as you go about your daily affairs that you will suddenly notice the person or the object fitting the description you have sigilized for. At this moment, the recognition of the subject of the first sigil will slip you into a microburst of gnosis. At this point, fire your other sigil. Intense visualization of the sigil into a whirling black chaos sphere, or any other preferred symbol, is one way of doing this. Swapping sigils, which I've done before and is super effective. It can be useful occasionally to find another person who uses sigil magic and to exchange sigils. This means that you have a sigil which is entirely meaningless to you and therefore is readily forgotten. Even if someone else casts a sigil which you have compounded, then there tends to be a result in accordance with your original intent. This seems to indicate that the most important part of the whole process of sigilization is for you to frame your statement of intent and then relax away from thinking about the outcome of the intent. These are the elements of the process which define the parameters of success rather than any mysterious forces, symbolism, or magical energy. This demonstrates an idea emerging within the chaos corpus, that the explanation an individual holds for a phenomenon should not necessarily be taken as a true description of what is happening, but nevertheless, that explanation generates the context by which that phenomenon takes place. In other words, the convoluted metaphysics, which has grown up around much of the contemporary magic, provides a context of belief within which the magician learns to relax. As discussed in Chapter 3, relaxation and confidence are keys to magical success. The role that belief plays in creating a magical context is examined in Chapter 7. All right, now for the Sorcerer's Toy Box, which is super fun. I love this section. Oh, and we're already at 53 minutes. I do want to get into the toy box tomorrow. No, not tomorrow. Sunday. Yes, Sunday. So that whole statement of intent, right? Statement of intent. The SWOT analysis, which I think is super important. You figure out the strengths, you figure out the weaknesses, the opportunities, and the threats. And you figure out, you basically weigh the pros and cons of your intent, of all the possibilities. And I might do a spell for my friend. She is super distressed, and I don't want her to be distressed anymore. I would like to help her. So tomorrow we'll talk about the Sorcerer's Toy Box, and we'll wrap up all the things revolving around the making of the sigil, like evaluation and assessment and all of that jazz, right? So that said, it's amazing that you guys have already, even those of you who, I mean, you're pagan, but you're not necessarily like a magician. You're not necessarily a witch, right? I think it's very interesting that you've worked it into your practice. It's a very powerful thing, and I think everybody should have the chance to take advantage of it. Everyone should have to be able to take advantage of it. But carving them into candles is a great idea. Do you do like pillar candles? Is that the deal? Or tea lights, or what is your deal? I think I'm at the point where I should put my sigil back on my phone. And I never look at the background, the home screen, basically, but a daily votive. Right on. You burn it down? Is that your system? Oh, I have so much like mascara under my eyes. They're just making my circles look darker. I have a specific, if I have a special need or desire, I do a separate candle with a different sigil. The ones I do daily have a specific pattern. Oh, the votive burns all the way down each day. Yeah, cool. That is a crazy, ambitious daily practice. Like I would consider that like a outright ritual for like special occasions, like the full moon or the new moon or a solstice or something. Like because it's so expensive. Exactly. You really enjoyed today's chapter topic? Thank you. I'm glad that you enjoyed it. $600 candles. Jeez Louise. Hi, Allie. We're just wrapping up. Been trying to study. What you studying? What you studying? My muse won't let me study. Oh no. Well, if you liked this video at any point, I advise that you hit the like button. That would be really cool. Oh, so you can be a legal secretary at a law firm. That's cool. Like Sage. Sage was a legal secretary before times. Since the age of about 25, I've not felt right if I don't have a candle burning somewhere in my house at any given time. Right on. If you would like to find out about the Sorcerer's Toy Box tomorrow, then please hit subscribe or meet me here at 10 a.m. Eastern, and I will catch you guys on the flip side.